Good evening, everybody. Thanks for showing up. My truth is I've always done what's best for business. What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania. I will compete in the Elimination Chamber.
John Cena deserves to call his shot. The bad news for John Cena,
just because you declare yourself the winner doesn't mean it's going to happen.
The chamber is brutal. The chamber is sadistic.
the last man standing goes on to main event WrestleMania.
Walk in, lads. There can be only one.
For the other 5 women, it's going to be a hell like they've never experienced before.
You gotta lock in mentally to win a match like Elimination Chamber.
We've been through a lot, me and you, over the years.
You tried to end my career.
I have to live with that. And it's all your fault.
The Rock is the most followed American man in the world, and I want that for you. Cody, you are a great champion. I want you to be my champion. I don't want that. I want your soul.
Don't break my heart again, Cody Rhodes. I'm coming to Toronto. You give me your soul, and you make me embrace you as my champion.
Toronto, Canada, the face of the WWE, me, is coming to you.
It's time.
Watch me.
Are you gonna get up?
El campeón
Are they
returns.
gonna shoot you?
Former friends turning into enemies? That's cute.
Get up.
It is time to walk that talk and be who I say I am.
Lock in.
And now, Nissan Hot and Spicy Firewalk and Fortnite OG Season 2 present WWE Elimination Chamber.
Hey, this is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
What do you guys want to talk about?
In the color red, in a world full of black and white, I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, yo.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and I have to tell you something. Our last episode was only a few days ago, but I'll tell you what wasn't a few days ago. Something drastic, something heelish, something that hasn't happened in 7,786 days. It wasn't our last episode, but we'll get to it. Let me bring in my co-hosts. We gotta get right to the fucking juice of the story. Let's go. This is my fault. We're having audio issues. No, wait, don't. Wait, we can fix it. We can still fix it. Oh, I see why. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Trouble in the truck. Oh, wait, there it is.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Smell it. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Smell it. Come on. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yo, finally, The Rock has come back, laying down the smack on you monkey crap candy-coated acts. Enter the squared circle with the great one, the most electrifying moves. Don't touch the station. Children and their children, they all chant with the millions upon millions of Rock's fans. Get ready for the square dance. Here's your chance for a can of...
Dre, welcome back. That sounded very heelish.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Yeah, I figured I'd flip it up just for one time. One, in the spirit of changing up things and changing up themes, since there seems to be a lot of speculation about a certain person changing up their theme in light of their recent actions. And coincidentally, Method Man's birthday was 3 days ago. So it seemed appropriate.
Very appropriate. All right, man. You know what? Out of these two guys that we have, you know, I don't know which one to bring out next because these theme musics, they're killer. You know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it up. Let's bring this guy out.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks. The drive should go wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill. Up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy.
Ron, welcome back to the show, bud.
We are here to give you a podcast like you have never heard before. Why? Because we can. What is up? How is it going?
Dude, your third episode in a row. Killing it, man. You're slaying
Starting to feel like a relationship. I didn't even have to leave any clothes at any of yes houses to have an excuse to come back. I appreciate that.
All right. And, man, this is it. Here we go. Here he is, the man of the hour.
So, you think you're untouchable?
Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Whether fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. Got you backing up in a defensive position.
Doyle, welcome back.
Oh, it's bad. It's me. It's the Doyle. And can I just be serious for a minute? I don't mean to hijack the show right off the bat, but there's something I need to say about that Canadian crowd.
Say it with your chest.
About that Canadian crowd. I just got to get it off my chest. I'm sorry. Those fans in Canada really know how to count because they had 8 chances to count down from 10, and I think they nailed it every single time. Whereas those fucking hayseeds in Indiana at the Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago had 56 chances, and I don't think they fucking got it right once. They were never in time. So hats off to those Canadians. You guys really nailed the counting. Good job.
Props to them. I gotta say, I was so totally thinking of switching up to the Dr. Thugonomics theme for this show. I'm glad I chose to not.
Well, I gave it with the caveat that if no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking of switching up to that one.
So out of the two, the theme music's for John Cena. Did you guys not like the old school? Do you guys prefer the?
My time is now 100 times better than basic Thugonomics. Fuck yeah,
it's terrible.
Ron, come on, man, backing me up. Come on, dude.
I really thought that original one was kind of a really birthiness, and It was super edgy at the time, and it was dark and kind of dingy.
But now,
I'm a little split though. They're both great. Oh, I hate to be neutral.
No,
there is actually a John Cena track from his album that I listen to every time Boston wins a world championship called Beantown, and it's still awful, but
that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
It's on my championship playlist.
Well, there's like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that basic economics is bad. It's just my time is now is so much better. When those fucking horns kick in like that, that's arena shit.
Oh yeah,
that is total big time.
What about Bad Man?
Exactly what's coming.
What about if he comes out to Bad Man, his John Cena song? It's not. He's never used it as a theme song, but he could.
Oh, he's gonna have a whole new song, I believe. I think Travis Scott is gonna make it.
Oh yeah. Do you think it's just gonna be his song? Because what they have been doing with heel music, they've done it with The Rock, and they've done it with Roman Reigns. They just take it and they just slow it down. So
who's that guy?
Like
the guy that does the interviews with the big forehead. Chris Van somebody.
Van Vliet.
Oh, Chris Van Vliet.
Thank you. He interviewed Cena whenever Rickety Schnickety or whatever the hell it was called was out. So what was that, a year or two ago? And he talked about like in 2012 they were gonna turn him heel, and he said he had a new theme song, he got new gear, and then they ended up not doing it. But
interesting.
So I don't know if he already has this song in the can and he's just gonna go with that, or but I imagine it's gonna be a brand new song, and it'll probably surely play off of the John Cena.
Yeah, like I have this song playing in the background, Bad Man. You don't think this was the song he was talking about?
No, he's definitely gonna have something new, I think. That's like fucking 20 years old at this point.
I know it is, but I didn't know if this was the trademark song he was talking about, but yeah, you're right, dude. It could be something completely different. Something
they have
new,
more
something
sellability
fresh.
if they create something new.
Yeah, so
There's
true.
There's gonna be a trap.
Or they create something new and everybody dunks on it like they do most of Def Rebel shit.
Dude, how many
and everybody just
entrance
hates it like,
themes
oh,
does
that's
The
such a
Rock
terrible theme.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude.
Luckily, I don't think he's advertised for a couple weeks, so they have a little while to. They don't have to just throw something together.
Right, they can workshop something
a little bit and get it right. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the Rock's
do that
case,
Ultra Hill and just walked out to nothing. That's a little extreme.
What if Cena came out to nothing?
Just nothing.
But the
Dark
sound
and dingy,
of booze,
just like that mic drop.
Dude, that mic drop was
maybe
fucking
for
cool, though.
one moment, if he was coming to the ring like to explain his actions or something, or somebody was calling him out to the ring, I could see him maybe coming out to silence or just nothing but the boos of fans. But at some point, he's gonna have to have some sort of theme. And I can't, being a villain coming out to My Time Is Now.
Man, do you guys think that they're gonna? See, when I think of the Doctor of Thugonomics, that theme, I think of all those edgy, nasty promo / raps of cutting up Stephanie and Jericho. I mean, they were vicious
and very much a product of the time.
Oh yeah, if we see anything like that, especially with the way that Rock has been you can tell his segments are a little bit more edgier. It could be a lot of fun.
Depending on how he does the promos. If he's more ruthless and more aggressive with it, yes. If he's up there trying to come out in chain gang and throwback jerseys and spitting bars at people, absolutely not.
You think it's going to come across as cheesy old man?
Absolutely.
I guess it could.
Cheesy old guy with a bald spot still trying to rap in 2025 about at people? Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
We got every time The Rock becomes a heel.
If he did that shit, I would hope that his opponent comes out to Kendrick Lamar. They not like us.
But every time The Rock becomes a heel, he kind of evolves himself as a heel. Like, we had the Hollywood, Rock heel, right? And then like now we have the final boss. Like, I didn't think that The Rock could like become something higher than what he already was. And he evolved to now the final boss, even to the point where like he has similar to like what Triple H and like maybe Undertaker, where they have like two different theme musics. Triple H has the King of Kings and his regular, Motorhead theme song. Taker has the American Badass and the gongs, the old gongs. So like, is this like, The Rock now has like 3-4 different types of entrances? Because sometimes when his entrance starts, I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, oh wait, it's The Rock. Yes. You just gotta wait like 30 seconds in after Travis Scott's done rapping, and then The Rock's music hits.
Yeah, I mean, those are like one-time things. I mean, he's had the main If You Smell for years. They just Jim Johnson just kind of iterated it on it over the years. Like, originally it was the Do You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking. Then they added the If You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking. Then he went to Hollywood for a couple months, came back. They slightly tweaked it a little bit more, took a little bit of the bass out, more guitar. And then he was gone for like, 7 years or whatever.
Yeah,
he came back. They had tweaked it a little bit more. It's been mostly the same theme. And then obviously he had the Hollywood theme in 2003 during his Hollywood run. But oddly enough, that theme didn't really work that well for him then. At least not for me. Like it existed, but it was like, it was kind of mediocre. It didn't feel like it hit as hard. But now that they've brought it back here with the Final Boss theme and tweaked it on top of the If You Smell, now it's like this old thing. They figured out how to make it work.
Yeah,
like the music and the character, and it's all finally come together.
I think they're gonna figure out something.
It's gonna be a challenge
badass.
to see if they can figure out something like that for John Cena.
I think it won't be hard, man. I think like they did it to Roman Reigns' theme music. All they did was slow it down, and just the way they slowed that fucking beat down, man, it made it so badass. But what I was getting at is, with The Rock evolving as a heel, bringing a little bit of the stank from, back in the day and modernizing it. I think we're going to see that with Cena. I feel like we're going to see maybe some rap insults, but it's not going to be a happy-go-lucky John Cena doing. Because, like, you watch those old rap battles, he thoroughly enjoyed himself during those battles. It ain't going to be this way. It's going to be straight insults, because he's going to tear Cody up on the mic.
Oh, my God, I can't wait to see the reaction.
Like, just the promos
He'll probably cry.
And oh, man, we'll dig more into this. I think we should start. Let's get these other matches out of the way, and then the rest of the evening we can just fucking shoot the shit about this, because it's so important that we get this women's tag match out of the way first. But but yeah, let's start the PLE off. Dre, I'm gonna give you the fucking steering wheel. Drive this fucking thing off a cliff.
All right. So, yep, it was Elimination Chamber. Took place from in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. From what was the place? The Rogers Center.
Yeah.
With an attendance of about 38,500 people in that arena, and it was obviously a good crowd. Obviously setting aside their mathematical acumen aside, I think the crowd was pretty good throughout the whole night. But before we even dive into the matches themselves, before we get into that, let's just talk a little bit about WrestleMania. Just not jumping ahead too much, but it seems like a real night and day difference in terms of how we all felt about WrestleMania before this show and how we feel about WrestleMania now after the show. Because I think it was a couple of conversations we've had in Discord. I think I've had them with Carlos and some other people kind of lamenting about how WrestleMania just didn't feel like it had the same hype level this year, and felt like it was just kind of, it's coming, but it didn't have that its hooks in us yet. Didn't have that go-to thing that we were all interested for. And then in one night, everything changed. And I'm not saying that just because of John Cena, but just because of all the things that happened on this show tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately just took it, up to a 10 as far as our hype and anticipation and what we're looking for. And I think
you got to let them cook,
And that's where I was going with it. Like, we kind of, if there's a lesson to be taken from this, is have patience.
Absolutely.
Let these people cook. Don't sit there and just judge off the top. And, I get it. Last year, everybody had the immediate hype after the Rumble, but there were reasons for that. They, Cody won, we immediately knew we were getting Cody and Roman last year. So we immediately had that immediate hype. Plus, we had the Bloodline storyline. That storyline been cooking for years. Hottest thing in wrestling. So we had that. This year, they've switched it. They flipped it up a lot in a lot of aspects this year.
Well, I mean, last year there was still stuff that didn't get thrown on the card till the week before. You know, it's not like we knew everything for months. You know,
That
true.
is true. They also had the crowd backlash with Rock, which created a real genuineness to it, which really led to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, that really got people invested with that. With the WrestleMania kickoff and Rock showing up, even him teasing when he showed up. What was it? The day one or whatever it was, the kickoff the year. When he cut that promo and teased facing Roman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we had like a whole lot of things feeding into last year, and whereas this year not so much until really this show. We didn't have that stand-up thing. Like even the Rumble win. You think about it, in the past, almost every time or most times, the Royal Rumble winner has been going for the WWE title, the number one title, and we pretty much either know the match off the top in the case of like, you know, Cody and Roman or such, or they don't have to drag it out for as long. Or we know the type and we know it's there, or we at least know the main person and the title, who's going to actually be champion gets decided at the February pay-per-view, whatever the follow-up was. In the past, there used to be No Way Out, now it's Elimination Chamber, or they do something there. Whereas this year, it's the Royal Rumble winner going after, you know, no offense, the secondary title. And that match is already set. And now there's...
I take absolute offense to that. No,
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Like, that match is already set, and now they're having to figure out how to keep this thing going.
It already feels old.
It does. It does. And
it feels like a
I thought about
storyline
that.
Still got so many weeks to go on it.
I was like, how many more weeks can we go of them like jumping each other or like it just throwing insults of like, I'm not good enough, or like, you're not good enough. Oh yeah, I'm good enough. I'll show you. Okay, man. Like, but we got 7 weeks of this. Like, what's our buffer? Is there any kind of, like, sometimes I feel like there'd be, like, an odd tag match or something to buff, but, like, Jay's doing this all by himself. Jimmy's not involved in this at all, so there's no, like, you would think, like, a light tag match maybe between Gunther and a partner of his choosing that, we know, Jimmy and Jay, but nope.
Especially since we didn't get any chapter or any type of, you know, evolution of that story with this PLE, whereas in the past we normally would have gotten something like that, where there was like a championship match or something.
You know what might be a fun tag match to do between now and then would be Cena and Gunther versus Jay and Cody.
And that's definitely something that like Vince would do on like a Go Home Raw or something like
absolutely.
That. Like he did.
Chicken, you were actually offended by that statement about Gunther's title being less than?
Come on, man. I mean, like, in this past year, whose title run have you been more happy with? Gunther's or Cody's? In one full year?
My opinion apart, and I'll answer that, but it just is. I mean, it 100% is. You can tell with what the company puts into it. Mm-hmm. It's definitely supposed to be maybe the workhorse title, but Cody's been defending. I mean, he's the glamour champion. You know, he's the face. You're either the face or you're not. I mean, look back at, you know, all those years, you know, Austin was the face and they didn't have a second belt for a little bit until after that, but he's not the face. Simple as that. It's the freaking, it's the, what do they call it? It's the you know, it's the whatever prize. Hey, you know, you're great. You're big. You look like a wrestler. You do all the things right. Here, have this. I mean, it's not that I agree with it, but it just is.
Okay,
I mean, does everybody agree with that? I mean, whether it's right or not, but
right.
No, I think you're 100%.
The World Heavyweight title is a secondary title. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because regardless, it is the World Heavyweight title. Yes, it has new legacy or legacy, however you want to view it. Doesn't change the fact that it doesn't have the company name on it. It's not the WWE Championship. That's the one.
It's not the belt that Hogan and Flair, and Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels, and some of them had the big one also.
Oh yeah,
right. And even if they did which they didn't, but even if they did connect its lineage to the old World Heavyweight Championship and the old, NWA, WCW lineage, even if they connected this to that, it's still not the WWE Championship. And that company's always going to put the biggest priority on their number one, on the title that has their name on it. That's why when they do the whole, the TKO stuff and it's UFC and WWE, they don't do the UFC title and the World Heavyweight Championship. No, it's the WWE title that they put side by side on display. Mm-hmm. At WrestleMania, when they had the big ass belt, which one was it? It was the WWE Championship, not the World Heavyweight. So
we'll send you over some tissues, chicken.
What's that?
No, I said we'll send you over some tissues, Mr. Dry Chicken.
Oh, because the world title's not elevated high enough to your standards?
No, I think it's fucking awesome. I just trying to be realistic. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, it's not taking anything away from Gunther or what they're doing.
Amazing.
I know. Honestly,
they're doing great work, but
help with his lineage was when it was taken away and brought back, taken away and replaced with the Universal title, which made, to me, as soon as they made the Universal title, that kind of diminished the world title immediately. Like everything you worked hard for to literally start a whole new championship. Whatever. Anyway, we're getting too deep
They
into
can
this
make it look
fucking
like
title.
the big gold belt, though. That would be cool as hell.
I do miss the old big gold belt, but
and put the wings on that damn championship Cody has. Give him some wings.
I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Step back, you think?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, they gave us our little nostalgia fix back in January with the Saturday Night Main Event, the old Winged Eagle belt. And honestly, it's nice nostalgia, but that thing looks dated. It looks super dated by today's standards.
Yeah, totally agree.
So, all right, well, let's dive into these matches. All four of them. So, as they kicked it off, as they traditionally do, when we have these pay-per-views, or these, I guess, co-ed matches on pay-per-views, kick it off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which featured Bayley, Bayley, Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and who am I forgetting?
Alexa
Bliss, yes. All competing for an opportunity to challenge either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. And obviously, Bianca, Roxanne, Alexa, and Bayley were all in the cage. Then followed up by Liv Morgan coming out, and then Naomi. And the match was ready to start, and then the fucking storm came. Jade Cargill back, looking better than ever, walking to the ring with purpose. Bianca in her cage, hype as hell, or concerned. Naomi shocked. Liv terrified. Fucking
that was good work on her part.
Right. She looked like death was coming for her. And you could even see as Jade entered that ring, Liv said, I didn't do it. And if you were eagle-eyed enough, you could see Jade say either, some people have said, she says, I know you didn't, or I know you did it. I don't know which one she said, but she said that to the effect. And it seemed like she was about to rock Liv's world, and then proceeded to beat the unholy living dog shit out of Naomi. And I mean, whooped her ass. Beat her like they was on the block. Beat her like she owed her money. I mean, beat her like World Star.
It was savage. It was exactly what she needed.
Like, looked at Naomi afterwards, like the end of the Players Club, like, damn, did you even pitch the bitch? Like,
we
she
forgot
just
the
wore
best
that
part.
ass.
Bianca having a meltdown in the.
I was
in the
getting there.
pod. Well,
I was getting there. I just need to convey to the listeners the severity of this ass whooping that Naomi caught. Like,
it was tragic.
Yeah, like this, it felt different. Like, this didn't feel like a regular old, wrestling ass whooping where, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna hit this move and hit this slam and I'm gonna throw you in the rope and do these wrestling moves. Nuh-uh. She just came out there and just beat the shit out of Naomi. Just old school, just like, I'm just about to fuck you up. And yes, as you pointed out, Bianca is in her cage losing her shit. Like,
they all did an amazing job.
The whole production was pure cinema.
Did she look better? Did she look better than she did when we saw her last? I didn't think it was possible.
Jade?
It's hard to say. She looked incredible. She looked incredible beating the shit out of Naomi. She absolutely did. But it's hard to translate that to actual wrestling because, again, she wasn't doing wrestling.
No, I meant
beating
physique.
her ass.
I meant body-wise.
Oh, body-wise?
I mean,
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit
man,
more
it's just hard to
muscular. I
tell.
think it could be the lighting and combination of those things. For a second, I did think she might bulked up a little bit, but not like substantially. You can tell she definitely looks like, serious when she was walking out to that ring. But yeah, it was like props to everybody during that segment because everybody sold it like hell. Like Naomi sold the shit out of that ass whooping.
Yeah,
Bianca losing her mind. Even Alexa Bliss just staring there like, I think I want to go back home and be a mom.
Yeah,
she looked like she wanted no part of that shit.
I popped for this, like when she went right for Naomi. I popped, and like it was cool because like it's so night and day because Jade's coming out in all black, and you have Naomi and Bianca are all in white, right? And just right off the bat, I was like, I tell the vibes are off. But yeah, the way they sold that, I just got in my seat like, yes, I knew it, I fucking knew it. And Bianca earning a fucking Oscar just inside that pod. I loved it because I was like, she's locked up, she can't do shit. And as like it makes it so much more dramatic. Let me ask you guys: did you think at all for like a split second because Naomi was going to be out of the chamber, like that they may replaced her at the last second with somebody else?
I thought we were going to hear whoa.
Yeah,
me too. I did too.
I expected Becky Lynch to show up. I was like, but then I thought like, okay, well, it really wouldn't be fair because all these women kind of had like earned these spots in the chamber. And then for Becky, just it's not like the Rumble where Lana got
pull a
injured.
Johnson
She's
and just show up and be in there.
Yeah, like does Becky Lynch have that kind of pull, like to just be like show up and be like, "Oi, put me in the chamber," like it's. I mean, it's cool during the Rumble because that's vastly different. Lana
you know what? Your
injured.
Irish accent offends me.
All right, that's right. But, yeah,
That was great.
Oh wait, here you go, Doyle.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh well, actually,
Go fuck yourself.
that's the newest one on the board. But yeah, when she got taken out, the story was great, obviously, and I was loving every bit of it. But I immediately went to like, wait a second, are they really gonna waste? Like, are we per story? Are we really wasting a spot in the chamber? I'm like, I guess we are.
Well, it
Nobody's
was
coming out.
genius, I thought, because then you don't have to worry about her interacting with Bianca at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
absolutely.
still, well, I'll get to that one.
Yeah, and I think the eliminations kind of went as I see, they were gonna go, and who we got down to the last nitty gritty, and like I said, I think Liv and Alexa got their licks back at each other after the Rumble. So I still think, even after this chamber match, that, we could see them. And there was hints about it on Raw, like Alexa hinting more at the Wyatt Six. So, and some of them I think just got cleared to be back in the ring. So I'm still betting on that. Alexa Bliss taking a tag title from Liv Morgan. by WrestleMania. I'm still betting on that. Now I'm
Yes,
curious now to go. Where does this? Where's Bianca go with? She obviously is focused on the title, right? But what? I mean, come on. I mean, your girls, they're beating the shit out of each other. I know you got a lot going on, but something's got to give, right? And then, I mean, I didn't even mention how. Well, I guess we'll talk about that after. What happened on
Raw?
On Raw? Yeah, I mean, like that changes everything. I honestly didn't see that win coming at Raw, so that kind of changed everything for me. Like we're we're putting this person at now, but
yeah, there's a lot to digest between this and the aftermath, but just getting back to the Jade and the return and supposedly Naomi being revealed as her attacker.
Yeah,
part of me is not still fully sold that Naomi did this.
Me neither.
I'm not fully sold that she acted just of her own, of her own singular motivation in this. I'm not saying that I think Bianca was behind it by any means, but I do think somebody else is part of this. Just for the simple fact that if Jade comes back and she's assaulted her, this implies now that Naomi would be a heel moving forward. And nothing really about Naomi's character gives me heel vibes. For one, I just, maybe she can't play a good heel. I just don't really see it right now, especially in the light of the ass whooping that she took. Like, how do you get your ass whooped that bad and then be any kind of credible threat against this person who just beat the shit out of you?
No, I think you're 100%.
Like, we're gonna get like a Jade versus of course we'll probably get a Jade versus Naomi match at some point, but that should basically be a glorified squash based off what we just got. And I kind of hate that from a Naomi, because as good of a worker as she is, she deserves better. But I just don't know how you come back from a beatdown like that. So
it was a bit of a sideswipe too. She could say she was caught off guard. She saw her friend, and a big babyface fucking promo.
Yeah, you can say something to that effect. Yeah, I was caught off guard, but yada yada. But even then, she still seems like somebody that Jade should just pretty much run through on the way towards something else. I don't see these two engaging in a long drawn out feud over this issue. It almost makes it seem more like the Stone Cold Rikishi thing. Like Naomi's in the Rikishi role. She did it for somebody else.
That's about that Rock.
That's the kind of the vibe I'm getting. Now, who that somebody else is TBD, but that's
Can I throw my opinion on that?
Go ahead.
So I think that, which I just became twice as much of a Bianca Belair fan after watching that performance, which is going to, in my opinion, I think it's going to launch her, even though she's loved. I think it's all a beautiful act. I'm thinking we may get the Jade Naomi match, and then after that, get that little payoff. It's going to come out that Bianca framed her friend because she didn't want to share the spotlight with Jade because she wants to be at the top, and she's going to take it. I think it's Bianca.
I mean, like, I thought Naomi just being jealous in general, not, being the third wheel. Like, these girls got the tag titles, I got nothing. What a way to slide in there and get a tag title, is taking out somebody within the group. But I don't know. Yeah. It could be just jealousy. Bitches get jealous, man.
Yes, they do.
That's why you can never do a full team of Ocean's, like, 11 with women, because like 4 of them will break off to talk shit about the other, the other girls, because there's jealousy within, man. We've seen it with all factions and stables. It doesn't matter what kind of title it is. If sometimes somebody else in that group is glowing more. I mean, hell, we're seeing a little bit of in fucking Judgment Day now.
Never mind the fact they did a whole Ocean's 8 movie of all women, but yes,
I know, but how
the analogy still works.
Menstruation is a real thing. There's at least going to be one fight a month.
Yeah.
Sure, we can all relate to that.
Hey, dude, how about the pictures Liv Morgan posted of like all the bruises and the whips from the hair?
Oh, badass.
Oh, she was far and away the MVP of the match.
Yeah.
I agree.
We can dive into the match itself now.
Yeah.
She definitely. I agree with you, Doyle. Liv was the MVP of this match.
Hell yeah.
She was the common thread through it from start to finish. Carried it through. Took out. She eliminated Roxanne Perez, right?
I think Alexa eliminated Roxanne Perez.
And Liv eliminated Alexa.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it was something to that effect. Yeah. And Liv, that picture spoke volumes of just how much of a beatdown or how brutal that fucking match is. Like, god damn.
Liv now, if you remember, she was runner-up last year also. So now she's been runner-up in the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber twice in a row.
Mm-hmm. She
also has the distinction of the most Elimination Chamber appearances without winning.
She's been in every single one of them that on every main roster Elimination Chamber match.
She's been in 6. I didn't look at how many there've been.
She's become the workhorse. Just listen to how Triple H freaking talks about her. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about how we were looking at her, in 2023 after she had cashed in her Money in the Bank win.
Oh yeah.
Like, we gave her some props during that match because yes, she did good and we were happy to see her come up, and then she did the cash in and she became champion and people were happy for her. But after that championship reign was very lackluster for a number of reasons. But to where even then she was champion, but nobody really saw her as a main eventer, as that top person, that top star.
The hardcore run that she did? That was cool. That was fun.
But now she's unquestionably a main eventer right now. She's without question one of the top women on the roster right now.
Oh yeah,
she put that work in.
Mm-hmm.
But this match, it gave us so much. Like, outside of just the whole Jade Cargill attacker thing, they gave us a lot in this match as far as stories between Bayley and Roxanne and their feud continuing, teasing us with Liv and Alexa Bliss having something going on, and then obviously the drama of Bianca winning it and now moving forward to face to challenge for the women's world championship at WrestleMania, but still having the unresolved issue of Jade and Naomi to confront. It's a lot in this match.
I hope that doesn't cost her that belt at WrestleMania, that feud.
We shall see.
Oh.
That's part of the intrigue. That's part of the story going forward.
Speaking of Bianca, it was nice to see her using and having it used against her, the braid.
Yes.
I feel like that was like a big part of her in-ring presentation in the early days, and she kind of hasn't done much with it lately. But it's nice to see, her both using it as a weapon and having the heels kind of tug her around with it. I think Liv, I want to say Liv used it as leverage while pinning somebody at one point. She was I hope we get back to her using that and having it used against her, because otherwise, why even have it?
Wait till you see
about that tug of war from the top of the chamber.
Yeah.
Of the pod. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it got used a lot.
Yeah, Liv used it.
I hope they continue to do that going forward.
Now wait till you see heel Bianca Belair. Then you'll see that shit
used a lot. Fucking nasty.
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you guys want to see
it's
watch
a matter
her
of just
NXT
finding a balance
days.
between using it and not overusing it.
Agreed. It was overused for a while. It got stale.
I will tell people, if they have not seen a heel Bianca Belair, tune in to NXT days. That was a hell of a run with her being a heel, and I'm kind of hoping we're gonna steer towards that. Oh God, I hope so.
That is cool. Do you guys think that the sound was filled in by production? That whip, dude?
No.
No.
You don't think that?
I don't think so.
You don't think that was fake?
Hell no. Not with the welt that was left on Liv Morgan. Fuck no. That thing sounded just as bad or arguably worse than the one she hit Sasha Banks with at WrestleMania, and it left the same kind of welt on both women that were still there days later. Like that welt was still there on Raw this past Monday.
Oh yeah.
That was all sound. That was all real.
Because she did have the mark leaving the cell, right? I mean, because anything's possible with TV. I've
She
been
had that
whipping the
mark
shit out of her
immediately.
backstage.
That mark was there immediately after
Yeah.
she got hit.
Oh yeah, there was no
It
fake.
was immediate mark, and I think I think it even broke skin. Like she was bleeding from that.
She was all fucked up. She had bruises all over her and scratches. Yeah, she got fucked up.
Yeah, I mean between that whip and then when Bianca, just slammed her into the cage and the pod and exposed her to the world at the same time and just banged her all around. Yeah, Liv got fucked up. There's a reason why she kept that jacket on Raw Monday. Because I imagine them bruises are still fresh and ain't but so much tanning gonna cover them up.
Yeah. I had a little problem with some of the gear in this match. Just I get that Bianca and Naomi were, or maybe still are, I don't know, a team, and they're both in white. That's fine. But Liv is also in white. And then Roxanne and Alexa Bliss are wearing nearly identical ring gear, both black and red. And it's just like, I think it's like at a time when you have a chance to flip some casuals to hardcores, maybe. I think we need to have a little more discussion with color or not color coordinating. Like my wife, who barely pays attention. In fairness, she pays more attention than I do to the housewives. But anyway, she goes, when did Liv and Bianca, why are they on the same team? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, they're dressed alike, aren't they? And I go, oh, no. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. They do look like they're a team because they're both in white. Well, how hard is it to stick one of them in green and one of them in blue or whatever, one of them in white and one of them in pink, whatever, and the same with Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss's outfits looked almost identical also. And it's just like, I remember they made William Regal or made Steven Regal turn to William Regal because they already had a Steve, like back in the day. They really were conscious about everybody having differences. And now it just seems like it's all homogeny.
Well, I would probably attribute that to a lack of micromanaging on Triple H's part. Like I could see somebody like Vince.
That's Vince shit for sure.
Yeah, I could see Vince back in the day micromanaging the fuck out of like, what you wearing tonight? Okay, that's fine. And then going up to Liv, like, what are you wearing tonight? What? No, Bianca's wearing white. You got to go pick something else. And now you got to Liv back there scrambling through her suitcase or running back to the hotel like, okay, shit, damn it, I only brought the white one to the arena. Now I got to go back and get the green one or something like that because Vince told me to. Whereas Triple H is just like, wear whatever the fuck you want. Who cares? It's about the performance.
It's kind of the same thing with the theme songs not being very distinctive.
I agree.
You gotta make. And I'm just saying, you're in a unique time for the business. I'm not talking about for me, because I know the difference between Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. But at this time when you got, new eyes, hopefully, on the product, maybe people that don't watch all the time and don't know what's going on. And, when you see two people that are clearly not connected to each other because they're wearing different outfits, it just makes it that much easier to keep track of or get up to speed with or whatever, And I think they have this chance to reel in, make the people that look at it twice a year, make them weekly, get them hooked.
Yeah, I get the point you're making. I think that now, like the theme song thing, I think is a much bigger issue that needs to be addressed about.
Yes,
because that's how people
the outfit
connect
thing is
with.
Definitely a nitpick.
Yeah, that's how people connect with the wrestler. That's how a wrestler stands out. If nothing else, you may pick up on their theme. That person, that goes on past this show. That's something that resonates every week, every episode of Raw or SmackDown. This time may have just been, a one-off, just a coincidence. Maybe it's Elimination Chamber. None of them really felt like, okay, I need to have a special Elimination Chamber
I've noticed this happen a couple times. There've been, Raw matches where they're both wearing the same thing, and it's just like, what the fuck, like.
Well, it never happens with Seth Rollins, eh?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, something like that.
He and Becky sometimes wear the same thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it doesn't feel as big of a show to the performer, they're probably just going and, just going in the crate and pulling out something that they, have already on hand. Unless it's somebody like Bianca or Naomi, who Bianca makes her own fits. And obviously she doesn't wear the same thing twice, whereas most of the other wrestlers, they're like, okay, WrestleMania, got to have a special fit. SummerSlam,
and then they wear
special
it
fit.
next 3 months.
Right, like the big shows, they'll come out with something special, but something like Elimination Chamber, they're like, all right, what I got in the closet, and it just so happened that Liv chose white without knowing that Bianca was making a white fit for her and Naomi as well.
And this late after Labor Day too.
That part.
Well, here you go, guys.
I
found it.
This is...
I found the audio clip. Here you go, Ron. Just listen. This is just actually straight from Peacock, the hair whip.
And Liv Morgan just using Belair's hair to try to hang on for dear life. This could turn ugly for both women. Oh, no! Oh! Liv Morgan just got a...
I'll play it one more time.
It sounds like a kendo stick.
It does sound like a kendo
This
stick.
could turn ugly for both women. Oh, no!
It does sound like a kendo
Yeah,
stick.
I'm truly still. I mean, it's my opinion. I call bullshit.
I mean, like, here's
on
the
the
thing, is it-
microphone's truly picking up on that. Maybe they raised the mic around that pod, but I don't know. It just seems seems pushed. Like
if
and
the
if
mic,
it is, that's fine. But
well, think about it. The mic can pick up on them getting slammed into plastic, and it sounds loud and clear as hell. But a hair whip suddenly supposed to sound muted.
maybe I need to get whipped by a big ass ponytail. I don't know. I think
people
all
who do that for a price.
$500, we can make that happen.
How about there were people who would do that for a price?
$15.
We could make your dreams come true, sir.
So do you guys think this is going to end up as a triple threat? Io, Rhea, and Bianca? Or do you think it's going to be BB and Io?
Let's
Is
talk
the
about
question,
that. Because,
isn't
where
it?
does this go
'Cause,
now?
Yeah, Monday night. You have a
I think
new
it's definitely triple.
women's
I
world
did
champion.
not see that coming. Did you guys see that coming?
Fuck no. Nobody saw Io
way, dude.
defeating Rhea.
I said it wasn't a foregone conclusion.
I'll give you that. Yeah, you did say it was a non-zero chance, and I shot it down at every freaking at every point. So I'll give you that. You were the only one who left a ray of light on that possibility.
Like, do we want a triple threat? Do we? I mean, I really just
At this
want
point,
a
yeah.
one-on-one. I mean, I guess, but I really
At this
want
point, yeah, I kind of want a triple threat because I mean, as much as I love Io,
yeah, I know.
and I'm happy that she became champion. Io versus Bianca for the title at WrestleMania does not move the needle for me.
Yeah, we do.
Like
need
all
triple
the
threat.
hype, all the money was in the Bianca versus Rhea 1v1 that they've been teasing us with since forever. And then they finally thought we had it just for them to take it away 48 hours later. I understand why some people are upset about it. I understand. I think some people are making some pretty shitty arguments about it, trying to dunk on Io or something like that. That's terrible. But I do understand some people being disappointed that we're not getting the match that fans have clearly wanted.
Well, do you remember what I said last week or 2 weeks ago? I said next time that I didn't think they were ready to have Rhea get demolished. I think they're really trying. They're really going to want to put, blank. Who won the chamber? Her name? Oh, Bianca. I think they're really trying to put her over in the biggest way, and I don't think they felt comfortable whooping that ass of Rhea Ripley, where they're very much going to feel comfortable whooping that ass of Io Sky, because Bianca has to be dominant. Look at her, and for her to get over and have it be believable, I just think that's why I said they're not ready to whoop that ass of Rhea Ripley yet.
I think there's something to that. I do think part of the reason maybe why they're shying away from that match is the 1v1 is that they're not ready to have either one of them lose cleanly to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's
they're both your top.
That's the biggest women's match they have, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, it is without question the biggest one they have, especially without Becky being in there right now. Which even with that, we've gotten Becky versus Bianca a couple of times already. Becky versus Rhea. Pretty sure we've probably had that match before, but not on this scale.
We had it at WrestleMania 40.
Literally. Yeah, it was at 40. That's right. So we've gone down that road. So yeah, Bianca versus Rhea is the biggest match they have. It's the closest thing to a Rock Stone Cold type thing, but they're not ready to have one cleanly go over the other yet.
I mean, what's to say that they don't do 42, 44, 43, and 44? You know, like they might wrestle the 3 next WrestleManias for all we know.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I think it's going to be them in New Orleans.
Yeah, but I also think part of it is also where they're at right now. And I keep using the same comparison of Rock and Stone Cold because that's kind of where I see these two at on the roster right now. The difference between Austin and Stone Cold primarily going into WrestleMania 17 versus Bianca and Rhea now is going into 17, The Rock was coming off the best year of his career in WWE. He was coming off of 2000 where he was the guy. He carried the company. And then Stone Cold came back towards the end of that year. Stone Cold, Attitude Era, he's 1A. The Rock made himself 1A while Stone Cold was gone. So now they're both back at the same time. You basically have 1A and 1A. And they're fighting to become who's going to be 1B, basically. So they were both at the absolute peak of their powers at that time. Whereas if you look at Rhea and Bianca, Rhea, you could argue, is at the peak of her powers right now.
Oh, yeah.
Prior to losing Monday. You could say she's at the peak. Whereas for the last year, Bianca spent time in the tag team focus mostly throughout the whole year. She wasn't out here shining and, reminding everybody of who she was as a singles competitor. So much so that they even had some idiots out there trying to claim that Bianca was a mid-carder now. Dumbass motherfuckers, whatever. And,
Bianca's like AJ Styles. You can heat her up anytime you want.
Exactly. And that's what people seem to forget. Like, Bianca can immediately, at the drop of a dime, hop back into the main title picture and remind people that she is one of the top women. That she is, at the top of I ain't gonna say one of. She's at the top of the women's division. It's like people tend to forget. Like, The Rock did this too. Like, The Rock had his run with tag team. Do we forget about Rock and Sock Connection, where he had that run? And then when he was done with that, what did he do? Right back in the title picture. Done with the tag team thing. Going back for the main title. Same thing with Bianca.
Plus, there's only so many, main event spots.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta rotate them a little bit.
Other ways you can't build people like Tiffany, right?
We'd get sick of it.
Right. And so, in one night, one fell swoop, Bianca immediately jumped right back to the top of the women's division, reminded everybody where she stands in this shit, and she's right back 1A, 1B with Rhea, and I don't think they're ready to decide who is actually 1A and who is actually 1B yet.
I agree.
Excuse me. Enter Io Sky into the picture. Happy for her, but unfortunately, I feel like this is heading towards triple threat, and she will probably end up being the sacrificial lamb to one of them. Mm-hmm. I'd be truly shocked if they gave us a triple threat at WrestleMania and Io came out still champion. That would truly shock me.
I agree. Gentlemen. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I wouldn't be mad at it.
No.
All 3 of them are fucking awesome. So
absolutely, I'm here for everything.
Hey, I may have just hit my head, but I could have swore, Doyle, you may have just compared Bianca Belair to AJ Styles. I'm not sure. Maybe I misheard you.
Well,
maybe I did.
He doesn't have to be in the main title scene all the time, but if you want him back in there, you can put him. You can get him there real easy.
No, I understand what you were saying. I just, I was taken aback. The girl's only been on the main roster for 4 years, and AJ Styles now. I know you weren't comparing talents, not to take anything away from Bianca, but I just had to bring it up.
KO's the same way.
100%.
In the title picture, and you can get him right back there immediately if you need to.
Yeah. We're not comparing like.
There's a lot of
career accomplishments.
AJ's the first one that popped in.
I know. I was just fucking with you guys.
All right, let's move on to the next match,
you're so right. Those heaters are so valuable.
Yeah.
Fuck. The Zigglers, shit like that.
Well, I don't know if Ziggler ever, even when he was champion, was a credible world champion.
Oh wow! I know it was a little short lived, but did he cash in? Is that how he got that? No, he beat The Miz, right? No, he beat Randy Orton.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's move on
off
to the
topic.
next match, guys. We're an hour into one match.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Big pay-per-view, right?
Next match.
Big
The thing that
pay-per-view.
all of Toronto came to see. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. This match happened, and it ended in the way that I felt it should have ended, and that was with Tiffany getting the pin on Nia Jax, so that way she could definitively put Nia Jax behind her, and she can move forward as champion and deal with Charlotte. Trish looked great in her outfit as she always performed well, showed that she could still go with the youngins. That's about all I got to say about this match, because this definitely could have been a SmackDown match.
Yeah. Trish looked better in the ring than I think she did in her last run when she was a heel.
You sure about that, mate? Did you forget what match happened in her last one? Cage match? Becky Lynch?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh.
I'm saying Trish looked much better than she did last time we saw her.
I mean, can we agree that Lita and her in-ring ability during that last run really brought the whole fucking thing way to the floor?
No, Lita was much worse.
Also, yeah.
Yeah,
Lita's abilities have diminished far more than Trish's. Absolutely.
Right. I think that affected the whole thing.
Well,
To a certain extent,
Stratus got
but
to be
really most of
ragdolled.
Trish's run was without Lita. Like, Lita was there at the beginning, but a lot of Trish's last run came without Lita in the picture, because she was being the mentor with Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the whole thank you Trish run.
Yeah. I mean, this match only had to do a few things. Get Trish on the card in Toronto, check. Co-sign Tiffany as a babyface, check.
Yep.
Hopefully put Nia and Tiffany to bed, check. You know, and that's really all it needed to do. And give us a slight break from her and Charlotte, because 10 weeks is a long fucking time to keep a feud going.
No
and
Charlotte coming in and picking the bones afterwards, though. You know.
Good.
You want them stay apart for now, or
I just want Charlotte to sit her ass down some damn where, really.
Wow. Oh, you want to see her whoop that Stratton ass?
No, I just want Charlotte to sit her ass down some damn where. Let Charlotte do something not involving a title.
I agree, man. I agree.
Of her. Depending on how many episodes you've listened to ours, I have consistently knocked Charlotte on this podcast over her privilege.
I'm 100% behind you.
Listen to you.
I'm back. World title. Nice thing. Let me get that up off you.
That doesn't take away the fact that she is that good.
It's lonely
I'm
at
not
the top,
Team Charlotte
Trey.
by any means.
Is she that? Yes, I'm not questioning her in-ring ability. Yes, she is that good in the ring. Yes, she can go in the ring. But that does not mean that you are entitled to the championship every single time you step foot in the ring.
Oh, it's so boring.
Exactly. She can do
boring.
so much more. Like, compare her to somebody like Bayley. Both of them, 4 horsewomen. Both of them, storied careers. Both of them, multiple championships. But what does Bayley do with her, if you want to say living legend status, with her status? She's using it to elevate others. She will take an L in a heartbeat to build up
NXT
others.
still.
Right. She goes down to NXT and still has matches and fights people. Charlotte goes down there just to looking and skipping the competition and see if anyone stimulates me, or what other little bullshit she does. Like, Bayley is willing to reach much further down to lift someone up. Charlotte seems like you have to get close to her level before she'll give you the rub, like Rhea Ripley did when she was as hot as she was, and Charlotte put her over, which Rhea won the SmackDown Women's Championship. To me, Charlotte doesn't give me the vibe that she's willing to do that. And that really kind of just turns me off about Charlotte. And the fact that, like I said, she just comes back and just immediate title picture. Like, you can't do nothing if it don't involve the title. Like, you can't just feud with somebody. You can't form a tag team. You can't be you can't have a protege. You can't do nothing. It's just, I'm here. I'm Charlotte. Title. Thank you.
What if she puts over Tiffy clean as a sheet?
Holy shit.
No.
That would be nuts.
I don't think so. I don't think she's gonna put Tiffy over. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
I'm sorry. You got to be more credible people to fucking be put over at WrestleMania, especially Charlotte. Like, so, I'm sorry. Charlotte is the fucking bar set in the women's division. That's why people hate it. Everybody's gonna hate you when you're at the fucking top. John Cena was the same way. There's people who hate Super Cena. When the Super Cena was around, I fucking hated it because I just like if there was sport betting back then for wrestling, I would have probably just bet John Cena for everything. Because no matter who they put up against John Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, no matter who it was, John Cena just plowed right through those fuckers. And, he set the bar.
And he wasn't just plowing, too. He was making people tap out.
People. He was burying people, man. Like, and it sucked. But, like, it's lonely at the top when you gotta fucking set the bar. And it's just how it is.
I hear what you're saying. I think there's one big difference that you're missing between Super Cena and current Charlotte.
What's that?
And that is Super Cena was Cena in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte is not in her prime right now. I'm not saying she's washed by any means, but she definitely has more days behind her than ahead of her. Mm-hmm. She, in my opinion, is at the point in her career, not saying that she has to job out to people, but she should be doing more to build up the next generation that's going to come behind her.
Yeah.
Now, if she decides to give Tiffy the win and put Tiffy over at WrestleMania, then that will change a lot, in my opinion, towards her. That maybe she is at that point and she's willing to do that, and that would change how I feel about her. I just don't think that's going to happen, and I don't think she's at that point, even though she probably should be to a certain extent. Like every top person at some point steps out of the main event limelight, except Charlotte.
She just goes away, right?
John Cena later in his career went on a freaking U.S. title run, and people praised the hell out of it as one of the better U.S. title runs we've ever had. And he did that towards the end of his career. He ain't won shit in the last 6 years or however long it's damn been. Like, meanwhile, again, Charlotte is like, here, title. Like, there's a reason why everybody booed the fuck out of her winning that damn Royal Rumble. Like, just back. You've been gone for months on end. You just pop up in the Royal Rumble and you're better than 30 other women. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Kind of like the Brock Lesnar effect.
Exactly like the Brock Lesnar effect.
Well, it rubs me the right way, Dre.
Yeah, we know.
But
we know you love that. We know you love that box.
No, I told you how I felt about Charlotte. She was good looking way back in the day in NXT, and then she gradually got more and more plastic, and now she's almost a goddamn mannequin.
Turned into a rectangle.
She's a fucking mannequin, dude. And then she took some time off, and when she returned, she totally forgot to bring her fucking ass with her. And then that was it. When Dre destroyed her in that outfit she was wearing, I was done. I was like, Dre, open up my eyes. This woman's got no ass no more. It's gone. It's
only woman I've ever seen wear a loose thong.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, this tag match was definitely because what we got before it and what we're going to get after this match. So this was a good. You got to go take a piss and you want to wait in line, go get some popcorn. Now's the time to do it. Watch
you would
the
have missed
girls
the
come in for the
Stratisfaction off the
entrance.
top rope.
What's that?
You would have missed the Stratisfaction off the top rope.
Oh yeah.
On Nia.
The only highlight of this whole match.
Yeah.
I mean, their outfits look great. I mean, Trish Stratus still looks great in her outfit. I mean, it's like for her age. I was like, God damn.
But she looks great out of it too.
Yeah, Heyo. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that match. I mean,
yeah.
Potty break. I know Ron's super excited to talk about this next match. How excited? He called me before the podcast because he had fucking notes he wanted to run by me. But, so you better bring it, man. Bring it when Dre gets to you.
Yeah. And that next match was KO versus Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match broadcast on WWE programming. Tell me how that works, but okay. But I give them credit.
Remember,
at least
WCW used to do an entire pay-per-view that was unsanctioned. Was it
uncensored?
Supposed
it was
to be
called uncensored. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep. I remember that.
Proceed.
But I'll give WWE their credit. They did some stuff to try to sell the gimmick. Having the referee, having the referee in the street clothes, basically blacking out the crowd, just nothing but lights on the ring. But they're still going to come out to their entrance themes because this is a show, and they're not going to let that Canadian pop go to waste. So they got to come out to that stuff. Personally, I thought it would have been better if while what's our ring announcer name? Alicia Taylor, yeah. If while she was like reading out the rules and stuff, if they would have just came out the back fighting. Like they had already started getting into it in the back and just started going at it. I think that would have done a lot more for selling this versus unsanctioned, but we're still going to give you a certain level of production value in this. That takes a little bit away from the whole fight aspect of it. But it is what it is. And either way, once the bell rung, these two absolutely did bring the brutality in this match and did everything they could to try to absolutely fuck each other up. But we wound up with Kevin Owens winning after brutalizing Sami to the point where he just could not continue, and he did get a merciful 3-pin. I will say, though, as brutal as this match was, maybe it's just me, I don't quite think it was as more brutal. Maybe it's just certain spots that just stood out to me more. But I compare this to the Cody KO match from the Rumble.
Is it because
the Cody KO match to me felt like it was
very basic?
More.
The Punk Drew match, Hell in a Cell match, felt more brutal.
Oh, that was definitely way more brutal. I mean, motherfuckers was dumping buckets of blood in the ring. That was
I mean, we just had tables and chairs, and that was it, right?
Tables, chairs, a barbed wire chair that some people tried to claim that was real barbed wire. I don't buy it for a second that was real barbed wire because
I don't either.
That shit was not sticking in nobody's shirt.
Yeah, nobody got cuts on it. It didn't look like.
Yeah, they said like Sami Zayn had cuts on his back. I mean, they just look like welts to me from hitting it, but not actual cuts and drips of blood coming out of you like blood.
The fucking ref had
barbed wire would do.
The ref had gloves to start the match, and nobody really bled.
Well, right. I think the difference between those other matches you guys brought up is it was obvious that they were waiting to do the blood spot with Cody at the end of the night, because those other matches they were very bloody, and I do think that them not bleeding in that match took a lot away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, because the things they were doing were very extreme. And if you looked at them away from the other stuff, I mean, some of it was a little obvious and campy, but can we talk about the Kevin Owens just owning that face drop into the chair? Obviously, the barbs were bullshit, but he ate that whole fucking chair with his face. It made me fucking hurt watching that.
Seeing Sammy's back go on that chair made my lower back hurt. And
that is kind of the benefit of you get these matches with two guys that are actually best friends in real life, because I feel like they're a little more willing to maybe
push the limit with each other and trust each other to have that limit pushed.
Oh yeah, me and Ron can contest to that from when we were kids and teenagers. We used to beat the shit out of each other, and we just go a little bit further than we should. I mean, almost.
Fuck you, Wayne.
Until one of us bled or somebody got hit with a shovel or something, just taking it a little too far.
Yeah.
Somebody died once.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely some things that they could have done in this match to help push the envelope a little bit further. Like, we got some brutality, and I one thing I brought up is I know they don't do it anymore, and I understand why they don't do it anymore, and the reason why is very valid with CTE and concussions and stuff. But if any match would have warranted it for one night, chair shots to the fucking face or chair shots to the head.
Hell, you can gimmick a chair a little bit.
If anything would have warranted it. And I'm not saying they had to take unprotected chair shots like Mick Foley used to do.
Yeah.
You can
Fuck
put
that.
your hands up, but at least you can put your hands up to protect yourself, but at least give us the visual of that to help sell what this is. This is unsanctioned, no rules. Give us stuff that would be in direct violation of rules. Rules say no chair shots to the face. Okay, I'm cracking this motherfucker across the face.
Yep.
Yeah, the unsanctioned thing, like it was. I'm glad we got something we don't get all the time. It wasn't yet another no DQ match or last man standing, or I feel like we get I quit matches a couple times a year. But like this should have gone on last, and like after the card should have ended, and then they do this. I mean, obviously they couldn't because of thing, but there should, like somebody said about Cena's new entrance, should be no entrance at all. That's what this should have been. There should have been no entrance music, no Titantron, no graphics. If anybody's ever seen the old empty arena match between Terry Funk and Jerry the King Lawler,
100%.
It should have been similar to that. I think there was an homage to that match after Kevin Owens takes that chair shot and he's going, my eye, just like Terry Funk did back in the day. But yeah, they should have just had like a spotlight on. I like that they had the ring lit up and the house lights down. But like they should have had all the ringside graphics should have been off.
Yep.
Like if you're gonna do it,
go all the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And talking about it all the way, I really truly thought that once KO put that chair around Zayn's neck and slammed him into the freaking
post.
What is it called?
Ring post.
Yeah, the ring post. They should have stopped it because everything had been done. I'm pretty sure it was before. It was after the all the chair barbed wire stuff. I could be wrong.
It was.
I think that it would have been really cool and real if they stopped it. They just run down from behind the Tron and they just jump on KO. This is it. He's had it.
Yeah, well, I think kind of that. Randy Orton should have come and stopped it. And then
or Randy.
It's over. You don't have a referee counting a pinfall or anything. And poor Randy, by the way. The last time he came back, a couple minutes later, here comes CM Punk. This time he comes back, big triumphant return, yada yada yada, and then the biggest heel turn in the 21st century.
I agree. No one's talking about it, and it sucks.
Yeah, nobody's talking about like Randy Orton's back for understandable reasons. It's not like he was out with legitimate injury or long term. He was just more or less just written off television. So him being back is something that we all kind of knew was coming and saw coming at some point. So I can understand why it was a good pop moment, but doesn't have as much fanfare as his return at Survivor Series did.
But if he had a chair around Sammy's neck or whatever, ready to snap his neck, and Randy just comes back and beats the tar out of Kevin Owens,
and
then leaves, and that's it. That's it. Like you don't have an actual finish. You don't need one. It's unsanctioned.
Exactly.
How about the ref getting?
Why is the second and third referee running into this match? There shouldn't have even been one in the first.
And running into the match with their WWE shirts on.
Yeah. Doyle, I was thinking, would it have been funny if because they knocked out 2 refs. I thought it would be funny as shit if KO just kept stunning refs and they just have like a pile of just refs. I was like, come on, send out another one. Just how many refs do we have? Because this is unsanctioned. And
but then it gets into the campy territory.
I know. But
it takes away from the unsanctioned.
They did
of what it's supposed to be.
But I was like, come on, just one more ref, just stun one more ref, and KO just be like, send out another one. But,
Randy did that with RKOs with security people.
RKO.
By that point, the match was over, and you were free to go back to the camp.
Yeah.
Also, do you mind if I
he shook hands with the one guy and then he
RKO'd him? Yeah. But also, shout out to Sami Zayn looking directly in the camera for like half a second in the match. Yeah. I saw that shit when it happened. I'm like, oh, he didn't know the camera was right there.
Do you mind if I shout out just a few spots I thought were a little bit more than average?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, they did the whole crowd thing with the trash can lids and stuff like that, and then Kevin chewed on Sammy's face for a little bit. But then I really thought that those side slams, Sammy side slamming Kevin Owens, not through one table but two that were filled with like cans and stuff on the outside, I thought that looked brutal.
I think it did too, until I noticed that a couple of those cups were perfectly stacked into a pyramid.
Yeah, it looked like somebody was playing beer pong.
Right. I saw that. I was like,
that was a little corny, but it looked like it hurt.
Well, Michael Cole goes, "Those are real glasses." I'm like, no, they aren't. Those are plastic cups. Michael Cole had a bad night, by the way.
I agree.
He fucked up a lot of shit. Well, later on, he mistook a Rolex for brass knuckles.
Yes.
Yes.
He said something about
What the
Scotty,
fuck?
He said something about, oh, that'll make Scotty Barnes, who plays for the Raptors in this building. They're like, no, they don't.
That's awesome.
Like he fucked up a couple things.
Then they double stacked those tables and we waited a little bit, and then Sammy took that push off the top and then kind of perfectly rolled into those tables, which obviously keeps him safe. But I thought that was, kind of cool.
Yeah, it was sick.
Then you had the fisherman bomb, the fisherman buster off the top rope that Kevin always kills it with. I mean, that just always looks, horrifying.
Oh.
And I thought Sammy, what is that move called? The full thunder bomb? When he bridged the chairs, that looked fucking perfectly gruesome. It's like, oh, what a game changer. Didn't help him, but that's about it. Those are the things that really kind of shined me on.
I'm glad KO pulled up the mats at ringside. I love that. When I used to do that in the old days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And then they didn't even end up using it. It made it even better.
Yeah.
So you guys were
If anything, that should have been the end of the match. Like, they should have maybe actually gone with that spot and let that be the end of the match if you want to sell the unsanctioned part of it. Like, have him, like you were saying, like, he just does a move that just ends the match where not even a pinfall, like you proposed that when he rammed Sami Zayn into the turnbuckle with the chair.
Uh-huh.
That's a spot that we've seen before, so the fact that didn't end the match didn't really shock me. But suppose he had done that that pile driver on that concrete floor.
Concrete, yeah.
That could have been the end of the match right there. Like, no, don't do it. Boom, drops him. Over. Match over. Referees swarm him, pull him away, match is over. Done. That could have sold the hell out of the match.
Agreed.
All right. Cool. That's all I got for this match. You guys want to add anything else before we move on?
Only one question.
Shoot.
Do we think Sami Zayn is out of WrestleMania?
I don't know what he does. I don't know.
Unless he's in some multi-man match for the IC or US title or something like that. I don't. Because I think it's clearly going to be KO and Randy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't fit in there for a triple threat, and triple threats for no stakes is kind of dumb.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that might have just been writing Sammy off of it. I don't know. It kind of sucks for him. I mean, he goes from the night one main event to, like, guy that finally beat Gunther
for IC, yeah, and then
he's not even on the show the next year. Like,
yeah, I don't really see a match for him on this year's card. At most, maybe he returns to help Randy Orton defeat KO at WrestleMania.
That could be.
On
maybe he really is hurt or banged up or whatever, and he just wants
some time off.
I don't know. Yeah, I could see him coming. Yeah, that's perfectly plausible way to get him on the show. Sure.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I can really see for him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can move on to the main event match. I won't say main event, but main event match of the night. That being the men's Money in the Bank match, which saw John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, and Seth Rollins competing for an opportunity to challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. And this match was started off by what? Damian Priest and Drew?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No. They were.
No, it was Rollins, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Rollins
Nope.
and Logan Paul, right?
No, I don't remember Drew coming out of a pod. Could be wrong. Look it up.
Yeah, I'll say maybe it was. I honestly don't remember, but it's kind of irrelevant as far as who started off the match. The main thing is that this match was really fucking good, and kind of like the women's Elimination Chamber match, it set up a lot of storylines coming out of it.
It was Rollins and Drew started it off.
Yep.
Okay, Rollins and Drew. Okay.
Which was perfect. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been even better, but this was okay. Because they could... fuck, man. They should have released Punk right afterwards. Having the three of them free and nobody else interfering to beat the shit out of each other in the chamber. Damn, missed opportunity. But go on.
I kind of agree. They could have let the three of them just go at it unhinged for a little while, at least. That would have been a good thing to put into this match. But
a little teaser.
Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. Like I said, they gave us a lot to come out of this match with obviously Damian Priest and Drew seeming like they're heading towards a collision at WrestleMania. Logan Paul. Surprisingly, Logan Paul didn't really have a whole lot going on in this match. He didn't really have any highlight spots like I would have thought, because I figured they put him in there for athleticism. He could be the one to do the big athletic spots. He didn't really get a whole lot of that.
And he got knocked out early, man.
Yeah. Like he was
surprised.
for
Priest
as much
did
as
it,
he
no.
As much as he like talk and smack talk like CM Punk, just for him to get eliminated before CM Punk even came in the match. He was kind of just in and out of there. But
so I guess Logan Paul didn't win like I thought, huh?
Yeah.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Damn, and you know, you had like a pretty tight...
The odds were really in your favor, too.
...case there, man. I really believed you. Oh, shit.
Next year,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're probably going to have him do something.
Oh, yeah, he'll be doing something at WrestleMania, I'm sure. But
AJ, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking probably Logan versus AJ. It'll be one of the early card
put Bianca
matches.
Belair in there. She's as good as AJ Styles.
Better.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'd say I like Bianca better than AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, AJ has that short hair. He needs a braid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
AJ ain't got people out here snapping into Slim Jims.
That's so true.
Did you guys see the there's a mobile phone, a phone spot of CM Punk? I guess his light in his pod kept breaking and falling down. He kept putting it up.
Oh yeah,
he kept fixing it.
And the fans by his room kept chanting, "Fix the light," and then he put it up there and they cheer.
Yeah, and Logan Paul did what he did last year. He took a marker and was writing all over the pod.
That'll probably get auctioned.
Oh yeah, charity or something.
Wasn't there somebody there in the front row that wasn't mentioned on screen because of some sort of feud?
Yeah. Certain Canadian guy named Aubrey.
Oh, I don't know who it was. I thought there was somebody in the
he was there and he was not mentioned on camera. So a bit to my surprise, I don't know if it was by choice that he chose to not want to be
that could be it.
Yeah, because
shouted out by WWE, or if WWE decided not to shout him out. Either way, right choice.
They'll shout out anybody.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I think if he wanted it, they probably would have done it, just being completely culturally ignorant of the times right now. But either way, right choice. Because the last thing that man needed was 38,000 people all screaming at the same time, "A minor!"
So
he didn't need that. But I think like I said, back to the match though. I do think there were some great moments in this match. I think one of my favorite ones was probably when Cena and Punk finally had their 1v1, and Cena stuck his hand out to shake it, and Punk was like, nah, bring it in. They hugged it out, and then immediately got to scrapping.
Well, even before that
was cool.
Even before that, Cena said to him, "I missed you," and Punk goes, "I missed you too."
Yep. Yeah.
I forgot that Seth Rollins was still in the match at that point.
Yep.
Really?
He came in and busted up a pin or something.
Yeah. And you can see, like, Cena and Punk still have real good in-ring chemistry with each other. They let them cook and go at it for a pretty good while.
Yeah, I know. They really do, and I think it's partially because they're such opposites. The style clash works well, but I'm hoping that that's some foreshadowing, and that's a match we'll get before the 10 months is up.
That's
Certainly.
money, baby.
Certainly, yeah. There's some money in that match at some point,
for sure.
Surprised none of the pods broke this year.
What's that?
None of the pods broke this year. Normally they always break a pod every year. Oh, the light inside the pod broke. That's probably about it.
Yeah,
I think Cena went through a pod.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He got thrown through a pod by.
Yeah.
I forgot who the hell threw him through.
I think it was Rollins, right? Because at the time there was only 3 in there, and Rollins and CM Punk needed to go at it a little bit since. I think
It might have been. Yeah, but yeah, Cena did go through a pod at one point. Like, you could tell in this match that Cena was being very cautious on terms of which spots he took and how he would take them. Like, he had when he took the what would have been normally a buckle bomb from Seth Rollins into the cage, but he still landed on his feet.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell that, like, okay, he's really protecting himself in this match, which understandably, given his Hollywood obligations.
I like that Punk got his W back against Logan after Logan eliminated him from the Rumble, so he got to eliminate him from the Chamber. So that was a nice receipt back. I mean, even though like if you're gonna go out, take him out that way. I'm gonna at least eliminate you from this match and not let you go to WrestleMania. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed all the spots. With so many good fucking people in this match. I mean, we talked about before, like, we could have traded out, 2 people maybe in this match, but I didn't expect Damian Priest to be the one to pin Drew McIntyre. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, feeding into, like, presumably their feud. I think even the fact that as wide open as this match was, I was still actually kind of surprised that John Cena won the match. Because I think we all had pretty much talked ourselves out of Cena winning the match, even though he was very much a viable contender. Because none of us thought that they're not going to do Cena challenging for the title this early. Like you had been saying, Doyle, like, it's a storyline that they would probably stretch out throughout the year. We thought they were going to do that. Like, part of his year was going to be about the chase, about trying to become the champion. Right. And
I just didn't think they were going to pull the trigger.
Right. Neither did I. Like, we talked ourselves out of it, and then lo and behold, he hits the STF on a knocked out or damn near knocked out Punk and gets the win.
Well, but remember, Rock is involved, so anything is possible.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk. Okay, let's move forward and talk about the last. Literally, it's 20
right.
minutes.
Might as well. Yes, Cena won. Yeah. It's over. Cage is up, and Cody's music hits. Comes out, goes to congratulate Cena. We get the little stare down. Okay, Cena versus Cody, WrestleMania. Enter final boss with some rapper next to him, just there for no fucking reason. Travis Scott.
Who looks highly uncomfortable.
Who, Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't belong there.
I'd imagine so.
That's why. He's like, you do not... He was so out of place. It's like, he's carrying a title.
Well, one, he's out of place. He was out of place because he's not a performer. Also, it really drives home the fact of just how different performing in the WWE is from any other form of entertainment. Because it's not like Travis Scott hasn't been in front of 30,000 people before.
Right.
But it's him as a performer where he's on the stage, everybody's looking at him, not him being, 3 feet away from people and having that feedback right there immediately in your face, or having to react to things in real time. Not everybody just waiting on you to, do the thing. Like, the audience is as much a part of the show as you are. And and also he's the side. He's the not the main attraction. He's not the one that everybody's there to see. He's just the accessory. He's the tag along. They're there for The Rock. They're there for Cena. They're there for Punk. They're there for Cody. Nobody really gives a shit about you. You're just there.
You guys all thought that was a little less than?
What, the Travis Scott thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking ruined Rock's.
Fucked Cody up too.
Yeah, ruined Rock's fucking interest. The fact that If You Smell His, and then it jumps into that Travis Scott song, and I'm like, okay, y'all can move on to the actual music that we want to hear.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get ahead, but from what Rock said in the post thing, like, it seems like he's going to be tied into a lot of things moving forward.
Who, Travis Scott?
Yeah.
I don't know that he's going to be tied in. Well, I know he said that. I don't think Travis Scott necessarily would be tied into a lot of things as far as this storyline, because again, he ain't a wrestler. He does not belong in this. I think they just mean he may be more frequently appearing
like a Bad
with
Bunny.
WWE. Yeah. He may be falling to more like a Bad Bunny role, because there is a video floating around out there of Travis Scott when he got backstage after it all, and he seemed hype as fuck.
Yeah.
When he got backstage, like, he was really excited. Like, he had never experienced that type of atmosphere or that type of energy before, and I think it kind of hooked him. It hooked him in. It's that WWE universe, that crowd, that experience has got his claws hooked into him. So I think he wants more of that. So, and obviously with the star power that he does have, Paul will be all about finding ways to integrate him into WWE programming in some way, shape, or form. Whether that turns out to him actually being a wrestler or in-ring performer at some point, or of any capacity, that's TBD.
Yeah.
But the main thing that we were all there to see was Cody's decision. What would Cody do with his soul? Would he give it to Le Rock and become The Rock's champion? Would he become his corporate champion, per se? To which Cody, Wayne, if you kindly will, replied,
Go fuck yourself.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the fact that they just they aired it unedited.
The fact that they edited everything
the biggest
else,
baby
though.
face in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they edited everything else, but at the end of the night, it's like, oh no, we're gonna let this F-bomb go. But
Have you ever
was
had an
okay
F-bomb? Like, obviously we've heard them say fuck to each other, but not like into the mic. I'm meaning to say this on purpose. Has that ever happened before? I don't
think Rock did it last year, didn't he?
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Or
did it.
uncensored, I should say.
Rock did plenty of F-bombs last year in the final boss run, but yeah, like you said, those were all bleeped out. You didn't get the unedited version.
Is it like a
the online
PG-13
clips.
movie? You get one fuck.
Yeah.
It can't be in relation to intercourse.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like we get one F-bomb. We're gonna make it count.
Or like one of the Guardians movies?
Guardians 3. Yeah.
You know what? Now that I'm watching, I'm watching this right now with the audio off. The Rock, man, what the fuck was he wearing? He looked like a fucking genie.
He looked like Aladdin.
Yeah, dude.
He can wear whatever he wants.
Grant fucking
Final
Cody
boss
Rhodes
shit, he
3
always
wishes.
does.
Jesus
That's the
Christ.
bell bottoms.
Yeah, dude. The whole like
not too different from what he wore last year, just different color palette.
So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the slitting of the throat and holding up the number 2. You know, we've seen him hold up what 3? Was it 3 at another previous pay-per-view?
Bad Blood.
He did 3 at Bad Blood. Yeah.
2
Have
here.
you ever seen anyone?
Are we seeing?
Now, look, there's been a number of people do the throat slash motion. I guess most notably the Undertaker and Benoit. But have you ever seen anyone do it as weird as The Rock does?
That was so weird. Like it came up by his
on the number of fingers he held out.
So
That's
weird.
why.
Do you not know where your neck is at?
Yeah. Like,
Probably not
Your
anymore.
neck is that big. You lose
It's
track.
that big.
Yeah.
So why
unless
is
he was like, unless he was doing the throw slash and maybe midway thought, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing this with 2 fingers and slipped and threw the other finger up, which wound up coming up by his lip or something. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely looked weird.
Right. What I'm
But
getting
it
at
also
is,
looked natural and genuine a little bit too.
What
It
does
didn't
the
look so
numbers
staged. He was so
mean?
emotional. I don't know.
There's
That's
that
what-
point. Yeah, that's
yeah,
a valid point. As far as your numerology theory,
Yeah,
honestly,
what does
I
it mean?
think until we see it fully played out, for now, I'm still of the mindset that people are reading too much into it.
What are people waiting for the one to drop? What there was 3? And
Is
was
there a
2?
third guy? Is there a third person in this group?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I'm saying.
That's
Until
a different heel turn.
I know.
Yes.
yeah,
Who
that's what I'm
else
saying.
could
Until
turn?
we see this thing fully played out, I don't know if there's really anything to that as of yet. I'm not buying in until I see it fully play out. I'm on the mindset that I think people are reading too much into it.
Probably.
But that's just me. I could be completely wrong. There could be something to it because, I mean, yeah, WWE has been all about dropping hints and this, that, and third in the background.
Because that 3 at the time sure seemed Bloodline 2.0 related.
Right.
Because you had Solo in the crowd going, "Oh, it's all part of the plan." It's all, like, but whether
I also
they
want to
don't,
bring
they
this
don't seem
up.
to be involved in this at all.
After we've seen Raw this week, right? Like, we've seen how the feud with Punk and Seth Rollins looks like it's gonna keep going. Took a lot to break them up this week. So, I thought previously we might get Seth Rollins and Roman at WrestleMania, but we might not get that.
We will.
What's Roman doing? Is Roman the third man? The guy that we don't
interfering in the cage match.
That's where I'm at.
Wait,
Roman's showing up next
giggled?
week.
Who the fuck giggled? Let me take you back to...
was me.
Yeah, you fuck. Let me take you back to when we didn't think... Remember, dude? We never thought Hulk Hogan was going to fucking turn and join the NWO. Nobody thought that shit. You know how many people were fucking giggling back then?
Imagine if Tupac had been there.
He is.
Right. Hogan
Come
drops
on,
the
man.
leg on freaking Macho Man and freaking Coolio sitting in the corner.
I know. It's like, why was
Burning
Travis
stage and
Scott
shit.
there? Yeah, I know, burning the stage and walking around with a defunct, not real title.
Right. Yeah, like Coolio's in the corner with the European title, burning sage.
Do you guys want to hear the? You guys want to hear the belt go across Cody's back? Tell me if this is real, or Ron. Here we go.
Guys, just stop this. This isn't worth it.
Hold on, that's
This
Travis
isn't worth
Scott.
it. None of it's worth it.
There we go.
Don't stop. Pure power.
Do it again. Do it again.
Cole.
Where's your kendo stick now? Okay. Cody's gotten his ass beat by that belt a couple times by The Rock. And then they became friends, and they beat his ass again. Man, how many times you gonna trust this man? You gonna beat your ass in front of your own bus in the rain. Then he's gonna,
Well, they were friends until Rock wanted his soul.
yeah, then he invited him over some Terramana, and then now he's beating his ass again. John Cena, man, putting his fucking sneaker on Cody's head. Just
Yeah.
Fuck,
John
dude.
Cena doing his best Winter Soldier impression.
John Cena's got to shave his head, man. He's got to cut his hair. You can't have bald Cena. You got to have all bald Cena. Fucking shave him bald like The Rock.
Bald?
Put him
I
in a
can't
vest.
Get on board with that.
Put him in
I
a
can't
glitter
get on board
vest.
with bald Cena.
Dude, bald Cena, I can't, man.
I don't think Hollywood can get on board with bald Cena.
No.
Stone Cold John Cena.
Damn it.
So yeah, well, like what's heel Cena, Darth Cena, if you will?
What's
that
it look
gonna
like?
Yeah, like is he gonna have black jorts? You know,
Oh, dude,
is the
black
AA
jorts,
gonna
I
go-
like it.
Is the AA going to go back to being the FU?
I like that too. Keep it coming,
Will we
Doyle.
be able to see him? You can see me.
Yeah, dude, I know they trademarked.
No more hustle, loyalty, respect.
Yeah.
They did
Laziness,
trademark
disloyalty, and disrespect.
Break-A-Wish. If
Break-A-Wish is good, yeah.
if that becomes a fucking t-shirt, that'll be a good t-shirt. And which is kind of funny because he actually granted a few more wishes right before the Elimination Chamber. Wait,
I wonder
you know
if
what
those
I mean?
kids still stuck around.
Oh, dude, my favorite fucking part out of all of this, besides the internet blowing up, right, is watching the kids' reaction to John Cena turning heel. These fucking kids, man.
Which is both at one point hilarious to me, but also kind of throwing me off a bit. Cause I'm like,
they don't even know this dude.
Like, y'all too fucking young to really appreciate him like that. Like, how are y'all this emotional?
Because that's all
like,
they've seen him as. They've only
John
seen
Cena
him
memories
as
do y'all
Super
have?
Cena.
Like, y'all didn't grow up with him.
That's true. A lot of them, it's like, yeah, he was gone before then. Well, he comes back once
Right.
a year.
Like, he was past his prime when most of these kids were born. Like, when did y'all discover wrestling? Like, some of that stuff I think is a bit performative, I think. Some of those videos. Some of them could be genuine, but some of them I do think are, I think people just performing for internet.
Right. But
for their 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You about to sit here and tell me some 8-year-old or 9-year-old child is invested in John Cena, the babyface?
I think the person who took it the hardest was probably R-Truth.
Oh, poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
For his fucking hero, man. His childhood hero.
Yeah, they have to play on that at some point, right?
Oh, dude.
That has
John
to play
Cena,
out on TV.
John Cena's out there, right, explaining himself on SmackDown, and then R-Truth comes out, try to get some answers, and then John Cena beats up R-Truth. Get us to hate. Oh, fuck, man, that's rough. Because for years, that's his hero, man. John Cena bringing back the FU and just beating R-Truth's ass. That's enough that upset me. I'm upset.
Oh yeah,
now.
I think
I'm
that's
upset
definitely
now.
happening.
That's so dark.
That's definitely
I
happening.
want to see Cena
what kind of
like
fit
backstage.
does he have though? I'm thinking. Yeah, I was like, get back to what kind of fit he has. I'm thinking. I can't see him putting on pants at this point in his career. I can't. And the regular blue jorts ain't gonna cut it. Like, I can't see him doing the Fruity Pebble colors no more. He's got to go all in on the dark look. So I don't know. I can see him coming out to the ring in suits and turtlenecks until it's time to wrestle, and then maybe his wrestling gear. Yeah, I think it would probably be black, just black shorts. Like, I also don't see him putting on wrestling tights at this point in his career either. Whether it's the tights or the shorts that he had when he was Prototype, I don't see that either.
Yeah, I mean,
he should dress like Corporate Kane. He should, with the cutoff sleeves and the tie.
No, I don't see the jean shorts. Maybe cargo, but I see
as long
shirts.
as they're black.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. They would be black.
Shirts, like black shirts would say like "Break a Wish," or "You Can See Me." Like, they have so much merch they can make off of this right now. So the idea of just a plain black shirt would be for SmackDown this Friday, absolutely. But going forward, you got to capitalize on these heel outfits, man. Like, goddamn.
What was you saying, Doyle?
No, I was just gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if he dresses like the Prototype, like with those kind of tights. That wouldn't surprise me. That interview where he talks about what his heel run would have been like. He says, and I'm hoping this is a joke, and I hope this isn't what he does. But he said the gear he had made was more like a boxer, with like boxer kind of shorts and like robes like a boxer would have. So I hope they don't do that, because
the robe thing I think would be a bit much. Boxer shorts, yeah, I don't know that would work as well now.
This has never been a good look on anyone in a wrestling. No, Grayson Waller doesn't look
exactly what I was about to say. Yeah,
Grayson Waller didn't look good at it. Butterbean didn't look good at it.
Grayson Waller, prime example number one. Although
bad luck.
You might be onto something with the whole cutoff. Even though we've seen that look on other people before, where guys have had like sleeveless dress shirts.
Yeah,
we've seen people do that
Right
before.
Censor, didn't they just like
Right
that?
to Censor did it. I think Deacon Batista had it for a little bit. What's that? Was that motherfucker Tyson Tomko? Was that him?
Yes.
I think he did that look for a little while. I've never seen anybody do it successfully. I could maybe, if done right, see Cena pulling it off. Maybe, but I think it would be a fine line to walk to make it work. I think the safest option would probably just be all black. Because Cena's look is kind of too well established to really try to change up the formula, I think, at this late stage in his career. You can change up the character, but I don't know how much room you can have to really try to change up the look. But we'll see.
We'll find out.
We
might not find out for a little while because I don't think he's scheduled for another couple weeks.
Yeah,
it's actually probably good.
Yeah, because obviously, because they're gonna deal with, I guess, drag it out with the fallout, and then we got to get Cody's reaction and how he's gonna feel, and other people reacting to Cody. Glad you didn't sell your soul.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about this? Oh my God, Cena's heel, and they're gonna drag that out for a couple of weeks.
What are your thoughts about how Jey Uso felt about when Cody?
Right, that's gonna be the Jey. So what's your reaction to John Cena turning heel? No, ye.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have some scheduled dates revealed for John Cena after WrestleMania. We have March 17th, March 24th, March 30th, March.
You mean before?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, March. 17th,
the European tour.
March 24th, 31st, 30th, June 13th, and June 20th. So for
I think he's slated to return during their European tour this month.
No, this is all
March,
April, May. Yeah, there's some May and June in there. So like he's gonna be on tour still, like pretty busy after WrestleMania. So
yeah, but I'm talking about like his next appearances because WWE going on a European tour this month?
Yeah, I think they are. That's the one that Punk got dropped out of.
Right, and I think that's when Cena's set to make his return is at some point during that European tour he's set to appear. But they say he's not going to be back for a couple of weeks at least because he's about to do some filming in South Africa or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know when we'll see him, but not going to be this week anyway, and that's probably good.
Yeah, well, yeah,
set the story up, especially if he's not going to be there all the time.
Yeah, but WrestleMania is coming sooner than we think, so
this is true.
Yeah, they do. He got to show up at some point. They do got to get.
Now, how do you guys think it ends? Do you think he eventually? Well, I think he cheats like hell and beats Cody at WrestleMania. I don't know how long that title reign lasts. So does it last the whole time until he leaves at the end of the year? Is it only a couple months? Does he lose it at SummerSlam? Will they let him stay heel the whole time, or will he eventually have to turn babyface again? How's that going to work? There's a lot of questions.
For Cody to get it back, he's going to have to stay heel.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least for a couple months. But are they going to let him retire as a heel?
No way. Because he has to go out fully appreciated. Something like this that they've made a whole big deal out of it. He has to go out with the adulation of the fans and probably the entire WWE locker room. Like I could really see that final episode of Raw that he's on ends with him in his last match main eventing, and that probably ends with 5 minutes before the show actually goes off the air and the whole fucking locker room is coming out and applauding him and shaking him, giving him his farewells, and they play some emotional video package and he's in there crying like a bitch and all this shit. So eventually he has to come back to the light. But I could definitely see him winning at WrestleMania and becoming champion as a heel. And I could see his heel running to probably at least SummerSlam.
You think we get the payoff with the bloodline at SummerSlam, and then Cody and John Cena are part of the group that snuffs them out, with Rock eventually taking his place and blah, 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 and then
I think the bloodline is on hold, if not done.
I don't know if bloodline has enough gas to make it.
Yeah, I don't see a resurgence of the bloodline. Like everybody's kind of gone too much of their separate ways. Roman is too part-time. Jey is carving out his own path, possibly set to become world champion. Jimmy is starting to establish himself on SmackDown as a singles competitor. Solo and Jacob are probably slated for a match at WrestleMania. Nobody gives a shit about Tama or Tonga. So I think for all intents and purposes, the bloodline is done. That story is finished. So I don't see that factoring in any kind of way. There may be a few embers left, like Solo and Jacob. I still think at some point we will get a Rock Roman match at some point, but the bloodline as a full collective, I think, is done.
You guys mind if I bring up something that's really bothering me from the post show?
Bring it up.
So all
Were you
through,
talking about our
touched
post
on,
show? Or are you talking about another post show?
No, the post show of the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So, what really made, because you mentioned last WrestleMania, what really made that is the scariness that Rock brought to the table, stating character all the time, and people were talking about it being like McMahon. I mean, he went on that post show, and all he did was fucking, pull back the curtain. Like, Cena came out, dropped the mic and left. Perfect. And then Rock comes out. He's all talking about planning it. He's all talking about, yeah, we're all so creative and so fucking happy backstage, me and Triple H. Yeah, that's great. And then he's talking about Cena going to visit Make-A-Wish kids. Like what are we trying to do here? Like, totally take all the magic? And I'm old enough to know that this shit is fake-ish, but let us get lost in it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't need to see how the sausage is made. We can make a documentary about it in 10 years. Fine. But yeah, that drives me fucking insane. Especially like he tweeted out something about like, Cody, I'm coming to whoop your ass. Gosh, I really love playing this evil character. It's really fun. Like all in the same tweet. It's just like, what the fuck, dude?
It sucks. It fucking sucks.
Like, you can't be Dwayne and the final boss at the same time.
Exactly. And stop saying this character and the evolution of this character. Like, go all in. You're good enough to do that. And he did it so amazingly last year. But now this just seems watered down. Not when he's out there, not when he's performing, but I don't know. It lost me a little bit then while watching his cheery ass fucking be all respectful. Oh, let's let the women start and end. I'm so cheery. I just want to keep on talking about how great I am and about how much I bring to the table. Whatever happened to that Rock that had that Cody promo, but before he had to make the decision, and he's like, I make the decisions around here. Like, you fear that. You fear for Cody. I don't know. Maybe I just don't think I'm going to watch him anymore. Those post shows.
Oh, I hardly ever watch them. If anything meaningful happens, I catch a clip of it on the socials, or I read an article about it on the dirt sheets, and that's it. I'm not sticking around for.
I think that is a valid complaint to have, as far as him like completely breaking quote unquote character in the post match PLE. Like, the only person who should be talking, inside baseball per se is probably Triple H.
100%. Good point.
He should be the only one that should be talking like that. Anybody who's currently existing as an on-screen character should probably be maintaining that to a certain degree in their press conferences, like John Cena did in his press conference. All he did was walk out there, sit down, still had a scowl on his face, pick up the mic, dropped it, walked off. Clearly, he's still in character.
And Rock ruined all that. He ruined fucking all that. Oh, he's going to see kids in what, Africa and somewhere else? Like, come on.
Yeah, I get it. It's not, to me, it's not something I'm going to get completely bent out of shape over, but I understand it is a valid complaint. It's very much a valid complaint. But it's just one of the things that I just kind of look at, like, when the camera's off, the camera is off. And to me, the press conference, the camera is off. But I do agree with you fully that people should remain in character to a certain extent. I mean, hell, you got fucking Roman Reigns doing shit with IGN, still in character.
Dude, you had Naomi showing up to the Queen of the Ring premiere in a neck brace.
Right, in a neck brace match.
See, that's awesome.
Like,
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Fucking try a little bit.
Yeah, and he could. The Rock could stand to do that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it,
the best bet, Ron, is to stop watching that shit because that's what I do. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
If something really, like I saw that scene of Mike drop, I found out about it. Whatever. So if there's anything really pertinent that comes out of any of that, I find out about it. But why sit there for fucking 90 minutes and watch this garbage? You know.
Yeah. Although, like you mentioned, I think the stuff that Triple H and how he answers the questions, how he talks about behind the curtain, I think he's the fucking best. I mean, he's just so good. So good at that.
Yeah. But I will say
without
this.
divulging too much.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But we'll say this. For as much as you can be upset about The Rock and breaking kayfabe or character in the post-match PLE, you also kind of got to give him some credit because this makes 2 years in a row that you could argue The Rock has saved WrestleMania.
Oh, he's at the top
I'm sure
of
he
the
would
game
argue
with this
that.
kid.
Huh?
I'm sure he would argue that.
Oh, you know he would. The argument is there because last year, I mean, The Rock showed up, and yes, he may have, rubbed people the wrong way with trying to with the Rock Roman match usurping Cody versus Roman, or however you want to read that or interpret that. But once they went the direction they went, he fucking made that feud and took it to the next damn level. As opposed to just being a rematch, he took it to a whole nother level. And how were we this year prior to this past weekend? Man, this WrestleMania ain't really got much energy to it. Where's the hook? Where's this? This so-and-so.
Yeah.
Second, The Rock came out there and cut that promo and said he wanted Cody's soul. He had all of our attention. As weird and what the fuck as it was in that promo, like, I want your soul. What the fuck is this shit? Everybody was like, I'm tuned in.
Well, it was like a two-part. It was a two-parter. Like it felt like one massive promo that was broken into two parts,
or even more. Yeah. I mean, the direction, the ups and the downs that The Rock took us in that single night, it was like a masterclass. It was everything that it needed to be. Some people said that it was too all around. There were some people online that were even saying, "Oh, it seemed like The Rock took too long to get his point across," and is The Rock rusty?
And I agree. It wasn't. I don't think it was as polished as it could be if Rock was fully on his game. I do kind of agree to a certain extent.
Yeah, he could tighten it up.
Exactly. He did meander a bit. He did definitely meander it. Like I said, normally The Rock, when he's on and it's like that, he can flow from one point to the next without missing a beat. Just boom, 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 boom. Hit you with the ad-libs, hit you with the jokes, and do stuff like that. You saw moments of it in that promo where the one guy said something and Rock told the guy, shut the fuck up or I'll slap the syphilis off your face or something like that. Like that was Rock in his element. But he was also repeating himself a lot. Like,
there were a lot of repeating.
How many times did he have to tell us that their kids played together or that they've hung out together? It's almost like he kind of forgot what his point was. So he had to keep kind of like
he had to work his way back to it, right?
Yeah, it was like like his record was skipping a little bit so he could get there. So there was a little bit of that, but ultimately he did get us there.
That's true.
And like I said, and once he said that line, everybody was in. What's next? So much so that that segment became the main event of the PLE and not the match.
Mm-hmm.
And it flowed, and obviously, went to the moon with the John Cena heel turn. And here we are, full speed ahead.
I fucking absolutely love the heel turn. I jumped out of my seat. I was so fucking happy. I was like, oh my god, finally they did it. They fucking did it. They pulled the trigger on it. I was like, this is going to change everything.
You ruined it for me. You sent me a text message. I didn't get to watch it till the night after, and you ruined it for me. That's what you did.
Ooh. Wait a second.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm looking back at my text now.
You sent me a stupid meme.
No, I didn't.
What I will say is this, though. To all the people who are saying that this heel turn and comparing it to Hogan, NWO,
Yeah.
calm down.
I agree.
Yeah.
Calm down. Is this probably the biggest heel turn that we've seen of this century? Yes. Sure, I'll give you that. But is it on the level of Hulk Hogan, Bash at the Beach 96, dropping the leg on Randy Savage? Abso-fucking-lutely not. For one, Cena's been a heel before.
You're right.
He was a heel who got over and became a face. So this ain't uncharted territory. Granted, yes, technically Hulk Hogan was a heel early on in his career too, when he was the Immortal or whatever he was, Hulk Hogan. But nobody gave a fuck about him then. He wasn't Hulkamania. He was just Terry.
Yeah.
A guy in the ring with big muscles and a full head of hair. He was not Hulkamania. So it was completely different. The only similarities you could say is that, this happened post being the face of a company. Yes, this is after Cena had his run as the face of WWE and then makes the heel turn. So yes, it has significance. He had a 20-year run, I guess, as a babyface. Yes, that's significant. Longer run than Hulk Hogan had as his babyface run before he turned. Sure. But Hulk Hogan had a whole generation, Cena too as well, but different eras, different generations. Again, Hogan, when he did it, had never been a heel like that before. And it completely shocked everyone at a time when turns of that magnitude did not happen. People, you pretty much, if you were a babyface back then, you kind of damn near stayed a babyface the whole time. It was hard to go from heel to face on that level. Once you reached a certain status, you were kind of just etched in as what you were. And again, nobody saw that. So yeah, calm down on the whole. This was bigger than Hulk Hogan's heel turn, or just as big. No, it wasn't. It was big.
Maybe close.
Yeah, it's big. It's close.
Before all our times, Larry Zbyszko turning on Bruno Sammartino was fucking huge. Andre turning heel was huge.
Vince McMahon turning on Janelle and shitting on her head was huge.
Yeah, right. But Cena's got an expiration date too. This is all at the end, right? Yeah. Hogan proceeded to turn face and heel and again and continue wrestling for years after the Bash at the Beach. And
he had a heel run that more or less reignited his career.
Yeah, right. There is some comparison, but at the same time, there isn't a whole lot of comparison.
And his heel run also probably saved WCW, the entire company.
Yeah. The NWO, absolutely.
Yeah.
From there, they went on to damn near put WWE out of business.
Yeah.
They were that successful with the NWO storyline.
And fucking 20 years later, 30 years later, they're still selling shirts. They're still in the top 10 merch sales.
Exactly.
Do you think heel John Cena? Do you think a "You Can See Me" John Cena T-shirt is still going to be on sale in 20 years?
Fuck no.
Exactly.
That NWO shirt, that shit is pop culture now. Cena, as big as he is, he ain't got nothing about him that's pop culture on that level. Mm-hmm. Hell, there are a few things in wrestling, period, that reached that level of pop culture awareness.
That was also a group, not just Hogan, though.
That it was.
The comparison. And they led up to that "Who's the Third Man" for months, I think. You know what I mean? So there was a lot driving the immenseness of that moment, besides just Hogan. Not to take, obviously it wouldn't have been anything like it without him.
Yeah. That's very much true, because there was a whole lot of unprecedented happening going into that. But that moment itself still stands the test of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only person who saw it coming was Bobby the Brain Heenan.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Whose side is he on? Oh, what are you talking about?
Poor Bobby.
Oh, well, Michael Cole was having a bad day. We could have had it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Michael Cole had a nervous breakdown. He actually he got a S-bomb in on the mic too.
Yeah, he did. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's hitting him with brass knuckles, and McAfee's like, "Oh, that's a Rolex."
What is this shit? Hell, speaking of S-bombs, hell, we got a couple of BSs on Raw this past Monday from CM Punk.
Yep.
I mean, I don't expect this to be a regular thing, but I think they might be letting the strings loose a little bit and going into WrestleMania just to build up the hype.
Yeah, I mean they're not selling tickets. You guys looked at the ticket situation for WrestleMania at all?
No.
Well, not those fucking prices.
Wait. I think that's
that's part of the problem.
There's like 5,000 tickets left for night one. Last I saw, it was like 5,000 tickets left for night one, and I think roughly around the same number left for night two. But we're also talking about like 5,000 out of what, damn near 60 something.
Well, here's the thing: if you look at the maps, they haven't opened up all the sections yet. So like those are the available tickets, but if they open, there's I think there's over 20,000 seats still available, but they just haven't opened up the sections yet because the fucking first set of sections hasn't finished selling out yet. So they might be in some trouble here. I'm sure they'll find a way to get everything papered and everything, but the last estimate I saw is that there are about 20,000 seats left.
And there is a chance it's all about the hype too. Like you said, they're holding sections. I'm sure there's a plan.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and I imagine after this weekend, and now that we have a more solid picture of what's going on, and with the hype of this turn and all stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some ticket sales start to ramp up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, with Austin making the announcement that he would have Cody's back, I think the second they're probably just waiting on it. If that's, he said it, once they open that cork, obviously everyone's going to be there.
Yeah, but
if we get that, I'd much rather that be a surprise.
Right. Like I don't see that being a thing going into WrestleMania. I can see that being a surprise thing.
Much like the 40 match.
Yeah, where they just throw the whole kitchen sink at everything.
And I think you need Cena to win, and Stone Cold coming to save the day, and Cena winning don't seem
to mix, right?
So I don't know what's going to happen there. But.
Yeah, the only way I could see.
I always want to see Stone Cold, but
honestly, I don't. Yeah, I was about to say I don't think Stone Cold's going to be a part of WrestleMania 40 unless, like, getting back to the ticket sales, unless the ticket sales situation got really kind of dire and they needed a last jolt of energy to jack up things, then I could see them maybe, in case of emergency, break glass, for lack of better analogy. But that's about it. Other than that, I don't think Austin will be a factor in this. But any other final thoughts on Elimination Chamber or its aftermath or this road to WrestleMania that's now on the highway?
No, man, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for SmackDown this Friday. Like, I don't think I've been ready for a SmackDown for a hot minute. I know Orton's going to be on it. Yeah, I know it's in Philly. It's real close to our fucking house. But tickets are through the roof. I was looking at tickets the other day.
Where's it at, the Wells Fargo Arena?
Yeah. After John Cena's thing at Elimination Chamber, tickets went up. So I don't know if he's going to definitely be there.
Plus,
people are
the whole Bianca Jade thing. That's gonna. Yeah. We're gonna get the next chapter of that probably this Friday.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Dre, do you have anything you want to
plug? Nothing. Just as normal, as always. Instagram.com/PCW podcast or check us in the Discord.
Yeah. Doyle, sorry.
You can find me in the Discord and the Facebook page. And nothing to plug, but I do want to give a shout out to one of my oldest and dearest friends, Milan. who I've known since before WrestleMania 1. So long time. I don't know that he would know a wrist watch from a wrist lock, but he does know a thing or two about producing films. And a film that he was executive producer of did pretty well this weekend. So congratulations, Milan, because he was involved with the Nora, and they had a pretty good weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Braun, you got something you want to plug?
Yeah, but I can't mention it on open air. But thank you for having me again.
Hey now.
NDAs, they're real.
God. All right. Oh, wait. Jesus Christ, Ron.
Damn, holy shit. I'm looking at this thing you just posted in the Discord, Doyle, about the price map for WrestleMania. Jesus, the same seats that we got, both nights for $750 last year, looks like they're now like $2,000 seats.
Yeah.
Is that for both? The prices are for both nights. So $2,000. Damn, that's like a 50% increase over, more than a 50% increase over what we paid. Fuck.
Look at all those.
That's because they got to pay for Austin to be there.
Well, yeah, there's the one section that I'm assuming was probably hard cam. I'm guessing might be hard cam side that's blocked off, and then presumably behind the stage, which those will likely not be open because of the stage. Right. But to a certain degree, so yeah, there is still at least a considerable amount of the arena that is presumably not opened up yet.
But I mean, last year in Philly, they sold tickets behind the screen, you know, or behind the stage rather, or right on top of it. So they were fitting. They fit every fucking body they could possibly fit in there.
Fuck these ticket prices. Fuck.
All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna wait till the week of and scrounge up some last minute cheapos.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be on my couch.
No, wait till it's on the East Coast.
Exactly. Even though my uncle stay out in Vegas, nah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. New Orleans could be cool.
I am not ruling out New Orleans next year because I've never been to New Orleans, and to do that and WrestleMania in 1 week, that would be a nice way to kill two birds in one stone.
New Orleans is fucking awesome. I highly recommend New Orleans.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe we should.
What the hell is that?
Maybe we should end this so guest user can answer his phone.
Yep. So
go fuck yourself. You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out for almost 6 years I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
You're next. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Barack Lesnar! New Day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.